Do you sometimes feel as if the world is rushing past you, but you're standing still?
Why, yes, I do, Mr. Christian.
I find myself revisiting the horror of the
Ooh.
late 1990s.
Must be the pizza I ordered. Let's go. A package? I mean, it's not pizza, but I'll take it. I wonder what it is. I haven't... Oh, maybe it's like fan mail. Maybe someone saw like my last videos and they want to give me fan mail. Let's open this bad boy up. I guess we'll find out right now, right? My God, open up, boy, damn. All right. Oh my God, why do they tape it all over, dude? What the heck? Just make it easy. Just put like, you know, like 2 pieces of tape. Why tape it up like this? All right, let's get this open. See what's in here. All right, bubble wrap, okay. Oh, I think it's a VHS tape. Oh, probably because someone saw my Jack Stauber video and they know I have a VCR now. Oh shit, I wonder what it is. Oh, damn! What did they put all this tape on here for? Alright, get this open. Get this trash and bubble wrap out of here. Volume 1. Volume 1 of what? Let's get this out of here. Let me clean up the area really quick before I start looking at this, I guess. Clean this up, get this box out of my face. Alright, volume 1. Oh, volume 1 disturbing media. I mean, I guess I'll pop it in, see what this is all about, right? It's probably someone just trying to scare me. Everyone knows I'm a scaredy cat. Guess we'll see what happens. Let me get my chair real quick. Let me get set up. Sit down real quick. All right. It's just blank room soup. Why would someone... What was the point of it? Oh, whoa. Hold on. Am I seeing that right? What is that? Is that a dude in the woods? Okay. What am I... Whoa! Oh my God, what is this? Oh, I don't want to see anymore. I do not want to see anymore. I have no idea what is going on right now. Why would somebody send me this? I'm about to just throw this... I'm about to throw this away. I am not trying to keep this. I do not want to go to jail for holding the snuff film or some shit. I have no idea what the hell this is. We're throwing this out for sure. That is crazy. Why would somebody send me this, dude? Good riddance. Get out of my life. Alright, let's go back inside. I don't know what the hell that was. Hold up. What? Is that the same tape? What? You know what this would be cooler as? That's better. So yeah, we are, we meaning the team at Makeship. If you guys look at the little tag, Makeship.com has collaborated with me to get this. The first, I guess, Everyday Plush, Disturbed Media Volume 1 plush. I don't really know what to call this yet. But this is up for sale right now. So after you're done watching this video, or if you want to do it right now on the side of whatever you're on, if you're on your phone or whatever, you just want to listen to me talk, go get this. It's around 30 bucks. It stands by itself. I'll probably have like B-roll playing of like footage of it. And it comes in this very cute packaging. Every single one comes with this nice little goodie bag, and the plushie will be stuffed inside. And these things stand by themselves. Really awesome. I'm so happy with how this came out, and it's super cute. I mean, it's so cute. I'm so happy with how this came out. But yeah, a huge thing though, we need 200 of these things to be bought basically. So right now, it is currently being funded, kind of like a GoFundMe almost. And every time someone purchases one, the little bar will go up a little bit. And if we don't get to 100% within 30 days, this will not get shipped out, and if you did purchase one within those 30 days, you will get a full refund. So no no problem if it doesn't get funded. Your money will not be taken. It will be refunded back to you. But yeah, if you guys want to see this, if you want to get one of these, and if you want to ensure that you can get one of these, everyone go get this like right now. And in the back, it has a little theorist for my channel. But yeah, you can put this pretty much anywhere. You know, you can set it up on like a desk and it will stand all by itself. I mostly have it. I'll probably put a video of it on screen. I mostly just have this just on my desk in my room. It's a little nice addition. So please go and get that if you want to support the channel. And you know, with that out of the way, let's get into today's volume. I'm super excited for today's volume, and to kick off the plushie sales, today is going to be all around found footage. If you guys are big fans of analog horror, found footage videos, anything of that, it's going to be on this volume. I have around 4 what I think is really cool videos that I haven't really seen covered. There is one of them that I've seen covered, but yeah, I tried my best to get things that I just really liked and that really fit the analog horror found footage vibe and just felt extremely real. So I hope that I did justice with today's volume, but with all that said, let's get into the first item on Disturbing Media Volume 4. So this is a pretty recent piece, being uploaded to Grumbled Entertainment only 5 months ago on January 15th, 2023. And this is more of a horror short film rather than an analog horror, but it does have that found VHS vibe and aesthetic to it, which is why I thought it would be a great fit on today's volume. The kid in the camera starts off looking like a typical kid show, the same look that you'd expect from a show like Sid the Science Kid, minus of course the smooth animation and awesome dance breaks. The video begins with a narrator that is going to be talking throughout the entire short film, and this narrator explains that this 6-year-old named Kaylin received a camera for his birthday, loving it so much that he takes pictures of basically everything that he sees. And this is where I think this short film separates itself from the entire horror genre, because whenever the kid takes a photo of anything, rather than showing the image in the same CGI style that the entire thing is made in, it shows real photos, straight out of like a Polaroid shot. What adds on to this already amazing decision to use real photos is the animation style. It's very choppy, opting to move the characters through these very long still shots rather than smooth animation. Back to the short, we are told by the narrator that one day while Kaylin was playing and enjoying his new camera, he tripped on a stick and unfortunately his camera broke, leaving him utterly destroyed, causing him to lose sleep over the entire thing. When all of a sudden a magical sleep fairy known as the Kipsneed appears knocking at his window. The Kipsneed explains that it's his job that Kaylin gets a good night's sleep. Kaylin is obviously afraid of this creature. I mean, who wouldn't be at 2 a.m. if some random thing is knocking at your window? But he navigates the conversation explaining that he isn't supposed to talk to strangers. The Kipsneed then rambles on explaining how he knows all the little boys and little girls around the globe and that Kaylin should trust him, ending his entire statement saying, "I even know your name," and then he tells him his name is Kaylin. And this obviously surprises him and manages to gain the trust of the 6-year-old. So Kaylin vents to this mystical creature that his camera is broken and that's why he can't get any sleep. And the Kipsneed then explains that he knows exactly what to do. He can fix the camera. All they have to do is take it to his factory that's in his house. He tells Kaylin to follow him so that he can lead him to the portal that will lead to his factory. And so, the 6-year-old sets off on a journey to the Kipsneed's house, snapping photos along the way, and it's through these photos that we see where Kaylin is really heading. First taking a photo of a dark forest, then a run-down looking house, and it's at this point that Kaylin is clearly terrified of where he is, but just then the Kipsneed's voice breaks through the fear, telling him to come inside the house in a nice, gentle way. So Kaylin chooses to go against his natural gut feeling and goes inside the house. At this point in the video, you can see in the bottom right, the little children's logo fades away, and the rest of the video is told through a series of photos that Kaylin takes with his broken camera. We can see Kaylin has been lured into some kind of room by the Kipsneed, who at this point we can see is very clearly a hand puppet. Through some more disturbing imagery, we see Kalen walk straight into a basement with one last shot of the kid looking behind him, showing a man standing right where he's looking, with one more photo showing Kalen's feet detached from his body as the narrator comes on saying the rest of his body was never found. I absolutely fell in love with this short film upon first viewing because I was just blown away. The way that it lures you in with the false sense of security of it being a kid show. Like, if it weren't titled horror short film like on the side on YouTube, I would have been none the wiser, because the beginning is so masterfully executed to be like a kid show that I even forgot about 2 minutes in what exactly I was watching. And it's because I got so invested in the the children's story of him just having this broken camera that he loves, luring you in like that, and then having the photos be real images of what's really happening around it. It's such a unique concept that I cannot say I've seen done in a film before, at least not like this. The entire short film left me feeling really disturbed, and it's not just because of the concept or what happens in the video specifically to this kid. It's because this stuff really happens to children. I'm sure everyone that's watching this, if you've seen my channel, know that I've gone over very extreme stuff like this that's real. This is just a short film, and I think this short film really captures that feeling of like dirtiness. Like, you feel a little dirty watching the last few photos because it does feel like we are really getting a first-hand look at these real types of interactions. And that's why I had to include this on today's volume, because the cool thing about found footage and analog horror is how real it can feel. I think the draw for most people to analog horror or found footage videos is that feeling of like you're watching something you're not supposed to. Like, this is a real thing that's happening. And I think that the kid in the camera perfectly captures that feeling without any of the actual guilt responsibility, because it is in fact fake. Enough rambling, enough talk. Let's just go on to the next piece of found footage / analog horror. You'd think with a concept as simple as doors, nothing from that concept could really be scary, but you'd be wrong. This piece was created by the YouTube channel High Strange TV and posted pretty recently, around 5 months ago. Now, before we even play the video, the description reads, "This is Drew from High Strange TV. This video was somehow uploaded to our channel. It seems to be some strange footage from the 90s, maybe earlier, but I don't know exactly where it came from or who made it. There is no way this is real, right?" Stating that they can't delete it from their channel, and yada yada yada. I mean, we've heard this type of thing before from like creepypastas or any type of found footage. I'm personally not a fan of that kind of thing. Let me know if you are. I'm very curious to see how analog horror fans think of that kind of description. A lot of people will say it adds to the overall realism. I find it a little bit corny, but nonetheless, let's talk about the actual video. So the video begins with what I would expect from an analog horror: a VHS tape being put into a VCR and then it's played. To set the ambiance, the video tells us to turn off the lights and put on some headphones, because we are about to enter the strange world of doors. We are first asked how many doors are in our house, then instructing us to go and count them. Now, if you're like me and you want to get the full experience, you want to be fully immersed, you'll get up and count the doors, like I did, stopping the video in the dead of the night just to get out and go into the dark hallway and count how many doors I have in my house. And although I felt stupid doing it, it did kind of add to the overall realism, mostly because of what happened next. I come back to more static, and then there is a strange message that reads, "We have added a door. This is the door." Then a clip of a white door in the middle of a dark room is shown, and we are told to not go looking for this specific door, as doing so could result in some dire consequences that aren't fully explained. Just then, we are told the story of Jonathan, a poor soul who fell victim to his search for the door, turning into this shadowy figure that we see here, with the text on screen explaining that Jonathan became lost. And that's pretty much the last that we hear about Jonathan, as it cuts to another person in the video named Audrey. Audrey starts her clip by audibly saying, "Oh my god," because of something that she's found, turning the camera to reveal the door. As Audrey brings herself and the viewer closer to the door, a loud knocking can be heard. And let me tell you, there is absolutely like no noise, no static or anything that can be heard besides like VHS hissing throughout the video. Up until this point, this loud knocking is kind of what breaks the silence. If you've ever seen a movie like A Quiet Place, that one scene when the fire catches everything, that's the first time you hear a sound. This is exactly what it's like in this video. And it really catches you off guard because you expect her to open the door and have something pop out, but before she even gets to it, it starts banging, and it just scared the absolute crap out of me the first time that I watched it. Afterwards, the text on screen tells us that Audrey did in fact find the door, and again warns us to not try and find it because it will find us, ending with a bone-chilling clip of Audrey opening the door slowly, just smiling at the camera, with her getting closer and closer in between each glitch of the screen until all hell breaks loose and the video ends. I gotta admit, and this is true for most analog horrors, but when you put yourself in the right environment for specifically this one, it really does sell the horror. I mean, like, even after writing this part, having to open my door to complete darkness to just go grab a water bottle or something out of my fridge, I was a little scared to do it. It's kind of like when back in the day people watch like Jaws and they're afraid to get back in the water. It's like that. Like after I watched this, after being fully immersed with it, I was a little scared being home alone and opening doors because my entire house is literally just white doors. So maybe someone else might not get as freaked out, but I definitely did walking around my house. And what's cool about this series is it is a series, and this does appear to be part of a long series that is going to kind of be coming out. So if you want more Doors content, there is a part 2 that's out right now, which I'll most likely include in another section on a future Disturbed Media volume. Pretty unique concept to say the least. I always love it when people take the most mundane, simple ideas and turn them into just something that I haven't really heard of. No Through Road is probably the best standalone analog horror video that I've seen to date. And I say this with such confidence because it's the only video I've seen that's in this genre of content that is not incredibly clear upon first viewing if it's fake or not. Especially when you consider the time that this video was posted in. Over 14 years ago was when this video was posted onto YouTube, and during that era of the website, it was just uncommon to see videos of this format. So a lot of people really did question. You'll find comments today from people way back then, is this real or not? The video begins by explaining that on December of 2008, 4 17-year-olds were lost in Stevenage, Hertfordshire, and upon further investigation, their bodies were found a couple days later, along with footage from their camcorder that is now being released to the public to aid in this investigation. The footage itself isn't anything too crazy at first. It's the 4 boys just out on a nightly drive, and for some reason every so often the footage will randomly glitch and cut to other clips from the friends all hanging out. Through their driving and their fun night out, they stumble upon a tunnel with a sign that states "No Through Road." The group is clearly getting bad vibes from continuing this way, so they decide to leave. Only they don't really know where they are anymore, not recognizing any of the signs around them at all. The group decides to take a break on the side of the road just so one of the people in the group can take a leak, with one of the guys following them outside to tease him with the camera, only to find what seems to be roadkill. And this is where the video takes a somewhat dark turn. One of the guys says that he wants to look outside the car for a bit to see if he can see anything down the road. We see him notice some entity out of the darkness, which causes him to run back to the car in a panic, begging his friend to drive them out of there. And this is where No Through Road separates itself from the pack. The sheer screams of horror and terror, like the acting in this video is phenomenal. When I was watching it the first time, I really thought I was watching like friends going through this crazy experience. There's a similar video that I've watched before. Oh my god, I cannot remember it right now on top of my head, but it's a video with 2 guys that get caught by the cartel. If you watch that video, that's a real video, and these 2 guys were like extremely scared that something was going to happen to them. And the same, panic and fear on their face and the trembling in their voice, it's very similar to how this video is. And in No Through Road, it is appear to be found footage, especially with the beginning telling you that this is trying to aid in the investigation. It does feel again like that feeling of like feeling dirty watching this, like this is actually happening. So props to the people who are in this. If they're watching this somehow, like great job with the overall acting. And I guarantee if you just watch this footage alone, especially during that time when it came out on YouTube, you would be absolutely convinced this is genuinely good found footage that you've just stumbled upon. As the group drives away from the weird figure that they just saw, the friend describes that the entity was some kind of man wearing a mask walking towards him. Just then, the group notices that they've somehow ended up at the same spot as earlier, forcing them to reevaluate what the hell is going on. They decide to try going down the other path in the hopes of getting somewhere different. To ease the mood, they turn on the radio. Only it's playing what sounds like screams from hell.
You put the radio on?
Yeah, but might as well.
Hang on a sec, I can't get the seat there. What is this?
Oh, it's like the scariest thing ever.
What station was that?
They quickly turn it off and try trekking on as usual. They are then put at ease when they see a sign of their hometown that says, "Welcome to Stevenage." But when the headlights turn off and on, they are somehow at the same tunnel from earlier. The group is left completely speechless, telling their friend to try reversing the hell out of there. Only now the car isn't starting. The headlights begin flashing and the figure from earlier starts making its way towards the car. It just sheer utter horror begins to set in. The radio then starts blasting on, heightens their fear and their panic, and they try reversing, only for the entity to appear behind the car as well. The camcorder is then knocked down as the group screams in absolute terror over what's going to happen to them. We then see one of them get pulled out of the car, all the while screaming for his life. And I can't stress how realistic this sounds. Here is the actual clip for you guys to listen to. It honestly feels like I'm watching something that I'm not supposed to be seeing. And one of the friends manages to escape with the camcorder, but he is unfortunately followed by the figure, who takes the camera and uses it to end his life, ending with a statement asking for people to leave any information regarding the video at the following website. As I said before, this is one of the best standalone pieces of analog horror that I've seen in quite a long time. I think what this one gets right is that they leave subtle hints throughout that they are no longer in the same reality or the same world as before, such as the signs not being recognized or the radio acting up, or even the car's electronics just not working, building up to the climax of the video, which really hits hard for you if you've watched from the beginning to end without skipping. I can't even imagine what it must have been like to see this video back in the early days of YouTube before this type of content was more established, because it nails the realism so damn well that I truly think a lot of people were convinced this was real when it came out. The only things that make it feel fake are the glitches in the video and the little bit at the end, but besides that, it's very well produced. I'd recommend watching it yourself to get the full effect, just because I know people watch my channel because I don't do a lot of like jump scares or anything. I don't believe that there are any jump scares in it besides the tape glitching out every now and again, but that's just audio that jumps, and nothing visually is going to frighten you. And you can usually see those spots thanks to YouTube's like little graph thing on the bottom, which shows like when people click to a lot. Those are usually when like the audio jumps up, but just a little tip for those that are easily frightened like myself. There is a YouTube channel by the name of Gooseworks that usually posts these vibrant animations that are usually voice acted and all around pretty cutesy looking. This changed when a video titled The Blue Channel was posted. It's a 3-minute video with no real visuals on screen besides what you're seeing right now, accompanied by this pretty creepy song playing in the background. That's pretty much this entire video. Nothing else plays, and the video eventually ends with the screen glitching out. there wouldn't be anything related to this video that was posted on the channel for almost a year and some months. And then on January 15th of 2020, finally, another video of the same nature was posted titled Deep Blue. This one had the same sort of vibe, really ominous music being played in the background for the entirety of the 8-minute video, while the screen glitched out every so often. But this time, there was text that would randomly appear on screen saying, "You don't belong here." Or sometimes the word deeper would appear above the word blue, making the phrase deeper blue. This one has an actual ending as opposed to the earlier post, so towards the end the screen slowly fades to a darker blue that gets interrupted by this weird alien creature. The build up to this exact moment is extremely unsettling, and it does leave you feeling like you're alone in a room with this creature on the screen. As the creature stares back at you, the phrase "you let us in" is typed on screen, with the video glitching out, ending without any sort of jump scare. Just the ominous feeling of not being alone. Another year would go by before any word of this channel would come up. Exactly 1 year later, on January 15th of 2021, a video was posted titled "Something Blue is Coming." It appeared to be a trailer for an upcoming video that had to do with this blue formatted style video. It starts with the classic blue background with the faint text that reads "blue," which is interrupted by what appears to be a box of drugs labeled phthalocin. And this would end up transitioning into the next video, which was posted almost a month later. And this video was titled "Blue Channel Phthalocin," a clear reference to the box that we saw in the earlier video. So this one begins with very melancholic music that has this very loud whine or pitch. We are then shown what appears to be an infomercial of some sort, asking the viewer if they themselves or anyone that they know suffers from the following symptoms: lack of feeling, emotional outbursts, fog of the mind, or memory loss, telling us that any of those is a sign of AED, advanced emotional deterioration. So this ad or infomercial is trying to convince us that some product will come in and save us if we experience these issues, much like any other infomercial does. And that product ends up being phthalocin, that same box of drugs that we saw from the last video. And through some pseudoscience, this company has explained that they created a product that can restore lost emotion and give you a consistently high emotional quality. Then it shows us the emotions that come within a pack of phthalocin. We see happiness, sadness, anger, fear, and relief, along with all of these other emotions that they offer. Everything up to now is a rather normal infomercial experience, I would say. And to be completely honest, up to this specific point in the video, I was a little underwhelmed, because even real infomercials, such as the one for products like Head On, have a lot more unsettled, creepy vibe just because of how eerie they are. But my opinion would quickly change as I got to the next part of the video. The video starts glitching out, and we are asked if we are tired of experiencing only natural emotions. Why not expand your emotional palette? And then a video plays a series of other emotions accompanied by creepy still images. There is a lot of these images that flash on screen, and I'm sure that there is something on here that will give you nightmares. For most people, it was this one, but my god, Harfam just made me jump a little. It's kind of like when you see a pile of ants and you can feel that sensation of them being all over you. Something about this specific one just creeped me out. The infomercial then ends with a close-up of this strange looking creature glitching out and then inviting us to call the number for a pack of phthalocin. And that video that we just went over is almost 2 years old. And as we can see from the other videos that are posted from the Deep Blue series, it's kind of in a pattern, I guess, that we see one gets posted, it takes a year or two for the next one to come out. So people are still kind of waiting for the next one to drop. And as far as analog horror goes, I actually really enjoyed this one. Most analog horrors that I watch end up going from something completely normal to like a weird blank shot of just some scary face. And I think that this one didn't really do that, at least not in the same way. We get buttered up and reeled in with the emotion pills, and then what I think the Blue Channel does good is it builds on that already established idea, taking the emotion changing pills a step further to create what I think is a truly creepy video experience. And with all of that said, you have reached the end of today's video. So huge thanks to everyone for supporting me the last few months. I know I haven't been the most consistent with Disturbed Media uploads, and it mostly is because of this little guy. I've been saving these like items and stuff to talk about for this specific release. I hope that I did these things justice. I might do another found footage volume if you guys are interested in that. I would be down to do some, analog horrors that I have not covered. I have been apprehensive to doing stuff like Gemini Home Entertainment or like the Walton Files because there's so many channels that have covered it that I'd feel like I'd be regurgitating what they said. But if there's enough support in the comments for me to do that, then I'll consider it, and it might be fun. But yeah, so go buy this. We need this to get funded if everyone wants to get these. But I do have a contention plan in case they don't. But yeah, it's super cute. It's super small. It's like the size of an actual VHS tape. I tried to get it as close as I could. But yeah, I hope everyone goes and sees this and loves it as much as I do. This is super cool. But with that said, this will bring us to the patron shout out. If you're on screen, thank you so much. And you've already seen this video, but thank you so much. It's super awesome to just get support from people. It's been a crazy ride the last like 2.5 years getting support on YouTube. I don't even know why I feel like dumping on this right now, but it's been crazy. I never thought I'd get to the point where I'm selling like real merch and have like people that want to buy it and people that are willing to just support me in my dreams, not to get too touched up here, but yeah, I'm just really happy with the stuff I've been making lately, and I'm really excited this month because I have a lot of really cool things planned for Disturbed Media stuff. And yeah, I just hope everyone that's a part of the Patreon, not just on screen, knows that they are really keeping the channel alive. Yeah, thank you guys so much. And with all that said, I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.